Beyond an endless desert stood a mysterious castle hidden behind enormous stone towers. For centuries, no ordinary person had ever managed to find it. Legends claimed that the castle belonged to a terrifying magician who had an unhealthy obsession with princesses. Whenever he desired a new victim, he would send his fearsome dragon to kidnap a princess from her kingdom. None of the captured princesses ever returned, and every brave warrior who had set out to rescue them disappeared without a trace. Over time, the castle itself became nothing more than a frightening legend. One evening, King Alden was telling this very story to his young daughter, Princess Mina. As soon as he finished, Mina confidently closed the storybook and declared, "If that magician ever sends his dragon to kidnap me, he won't succeed." The king laughed warmly at his daughter's fearless confidence, believing it was nothing more than the imagination of a brave little girl. Years passed, and Mina grew into a kind, intelligent, and compassionate princess. Although she belonged to the royal family, she treated everyone in the kingdom with respect. Her closest friend since childhood was Ronin, and the two spent nearly all their time together. One day, Mina learned that several princes from distant kingdoms had arrived at the palace to seek her hand in marriage. Instead of feeling excited, she became deeply upset. Later, she shared her feelings with Ronin. "They haven't come because they love me," she said sadly. "My father invited them because he believes that, as a woman, I won't be able to rule this kingdom alone. He wants me to marry a brave prince or a famous warrior who can rule in my place." Ronin looked at her and asked, "Then what do you want?" Without hesitation, Mina replied, "I want to marry the person I truly love, and I know I am capable of ruling this kingdom myself." Hearing those words gave Ronin the courage he had been searching for. He took a deep breath and confessed his feelings. "Mina, love you. Will you marry me?" The unexpected proposal caught Mina completely off guard. She lost her balance and accidentally fell into the nearby pond. Embarrassed, she climbed out, laughed, and happily accepted his proposal. At that moment, both of them confessed their love for each other. Meanwhile, the palace was preparing a grand celebration for the visiting princes. Among them was the world's greatest con artist, an arrogant Arab prince, and a prince from China who had come only because his mother insisted. A few days later, Mina arrived at the palace with Ronin by her side. The moment Rudy, one of the strongest and most prideful princes, saw them together, he became furious. "Stay away from the princess," Rudy warned. "I'm going to marry her." Mina immediately stepped forward. "I have no intention of marrying any of you," she declared firmly. Ronin added, "Who are you to tell the princess what she should or shouldn't do?" Rudy glared at him. "The king will decide everything." "And who are you? You've never even held a sword. Compared to me, you're nothing." Ronin remained calm. "A kingdom isn't protected by strength alone. A ruler's greatest weapon is wisdom, and with wisdom, I can govern this kingdom far better than brute force ever could." Enraged, Rudy lifted his massive axe and prepared to attack Ronin. Before he could strike, Mina stepped between them. "If you dare hurt him," she warned, "I'll tell my father everything." Rudy reluctantly backed away. Determined to settle the matter, Mina rode to the king and asked him directly about her marriage. The king sighed. "I've already discussed your marriage with the rulers of the other kingdoms." Mina looked heartbroken. "Are your traditions more important than my happiness?" she asked. "I don't want to marry a prince. I want to marry Ronin. If you truly care about my happiness, then let me marry the man I love." The king replied gently, "I know Ronin is intelligent and honorable, but he isn't a warrior. Can he truly protect this kingdom?" Mina answered confidently, "A wise king is worth far more than the strongest warrior." Unable to resist his daughter's determination, the king finally agreed to their marriage. That evening, the palace hosted a magnificent royal banquet where the king planned to announce Mina and Ronin's engagement before the entire kingdom. However, before the announcement could be made, disaster struck. A deafening roar echoed through the sky as a gigantic dragon descended upon the palace. Within moments, it seized Princess Mina and flew away. Despite the guards' desperate efforts, no one could stop the beast. The kingdom fell into panic. The king then revealed the truth behind the old legend. "The dragon belongs to the evil magician," he announced. "Whoever rescues Princess Mina shall earn her hand in marriage." Immediately, every prince volunteered for the dangerous mission. Ronin stepped forward and asked, "What about me? You promised that Mina and I would be married." The king lowered his head. "I made a mistake. Intelligence alone isn't enough. My daughter needs a hero who can save her." Those words deeply wounded Ronin, but instead of giving up, he made a decision. He put on a suit of armor, grabbed a map, and left the palace before anyone else could begin the journey. Watching him disappear into the cursed forest, Rudy smirked. If Ronin dies before reaching the castle, he thought, then Mina will have no one else. Meanwhile, Princess Mina slowly regained consciousness inside an unfamiliar room. She soon realized she was trapped inside the legendary castle, hidden high among towering mountains and concealed by thick clouds. Curious, she stepped outside and was amazed by the castle's breathtaking beauty. But her amazement quickly turned to horror. Throughout the castle stood countless golden statues of princesses. Suddenly, the dragon that had kidnapped her transformed into an old witch. The witch smiled coldly. "No one who comes here ever leaves," she said. "You were brought here to entertain the magician. Keep him happy, and you'll remain alive. Displease him, and you'll become another golden statue, just like the others." Moments later, the magician finally appeared. His ridiculously long blue beard was being combed by enormous monsters using giant brushes while servants surrounded him with luxurious robes. He rejected every outfit. "I've already worn all of these," he complained. "Today I'm meeting Princess Mina. I must look absolutely perfect." Just then, the witch informed him that the princess had safely arrived. The magician's face lit up with excitement. As a reward, he revealed the location of one of his greatest magical enemies to the witch. Meanwhile, Ronin continued his journey through the dangerous forest. Suddenly, he spotted a gigantic snake squeezing two helpless bears. Although he had a bow, he didn't know how to use it. Instead of relying on strength, he relied on his intelligence. Remembering that snakes react strangely to flute music, he quickly cut a piece of bamboo and crafted a simple flute. As he began to play, the snake became distracted and slithered toward him, releasing the bears. Ronin carefully led the snake toward a nearby river. Before it realized what was happening, the powerful current swept it far away. The grateful bears thanked him. To Ronin's surprise, they spoke like humans. "You saved our lives," one bear said. "We'll always help you whenever you need us." Ronin explained that he was searching for the evil magician to rescue Princess Mina. The bear nodded sadly. "We know that monster. He hunts innocent animals and turns our skins into expensive clothing. Even that snake was sent by him to kill us." The bear continued, "I don't know where the magician's castle is, but I do know someone who might. A good wizard named Finn. He'll help you." The bears led Ronin to Wizard Finn's home. After hearing the entire story, Finn immediately agreed to help. "I share part of the blame," he admitted. Confused, Ronin asked him why. Finn explained that the dragon was once an ordinary witch whom he had fallen deeply in love with. Desperate to win her heart, he secretly used powerful love magic on her. The spell worked perfectly, and she fell hopelessly in love with him. But one day, Finn accidentally confessed that her love had been created by magic rather than genuine feelings. Heartbroken and furious, the witch left him forever. From that day onward, she devoted herself to destroying every happy couple she encountered. Ronin then anxiously asked, "Can you show me how Princess Mina is doing?" Finn poured a magical potion into a flowing river. The water shimmered like a mirror, revealing the hidden castle. Ronin watched helplessly as the evil magician showered Mina with luxurious gifts, delicious meals, and expensive treasures, hoping to win her affection. Whenever he had the chance, he also tried to get closer to her under various excuses. Watching the scene unfold, Ronin clenched his fists in anger, more determined than ever to rescue the woman he loved. Watching the evil magician constantly trying to impress Princess Mina filled Ronin with anger. At that very moment, Mina grabbed a serving tray and struck it upward, launching the magician into the air before he could get any closer to her. Seeing this through Finn's magical vision made Ronin even more determined. "Tell me where his castle is," Ronin demanded. "I'm going there right now." Wizard Finn shook his head. "No ordinary human can reach that castle. If you wish, I can train you in magic and make you extraordinary." "How long will it take?" Ronin asked. "Only 20 years. Ronin sighed. 20 years. Princess Mina doesn't have that much time. There has to be another way. Finn thought for a moment before replying. "Travel toward the eastern desert. There you'll find enormous sand-covered mountains with a gigantic stone head of an ancient guardian trapped between them. That guardian is the only one who knows the path to the magician's castle. But no one has ever managed to speak to him or pass beyond him." Without wasting another second, Ronin resumed his journey. Not long after he left, the witch transformed back into her dragon form and attacked Wizard Finn. Unable to defend himself, Finn was captured and carried away toward the evil magician's castle. Ronin immediately tried to rescue him by firing an arrow at the dragon. Before he could continue, Rudy suddenly appeared and attacked Ronin. Rudy had no interest in saving the princess. His real goal was to eliminate Ronin so no one would stand between him and the throne. Although Ronin wasn't a skilled fighter, he defended himself as best he could. Their fierce battle continued until they reached the edge of a steep cliff. During the fight, Rudy lost his footing and slipped over the edge without hesitation. Ronin grabbed his hand and struggled to pull him back to safety. Instead of showing gratitude, Rudy immediately tried to kill Ronin again. Realizing Rudy would never change, Ronin released his grip. Rudy tumbled down the mountainside and disappeared from sight. Believing him to be dead, Ronin continued his mission. Meanwhile, the witch delivered the captured wizard Finn to the evil magician's castle. "Keep him imprisoned," she said coldly. "His punishment belongs to me." The magician agreed before asking another question. "Why is this Princess Mina so stubborn? Every gift I offer her is rejected." The witch smiled bitterly. "Princesses these days are much harder to control." Elsewhere inside the castle, Mina had already begun planning her escape. She tied together bedsheets and curtains to create a long rope. Just as she was about to climb down, she discovered the magician's magical hat lying nearby. The moment she put it on, she became invisible. Using the hat, she easily avoided the guards who rushed into her room searching for her. Unable to find the missing princess, the furious magician ordered every soldier in the castle to search every corner until she was found. When the magician personally entered her room, Mina quietly slipped behind him. She tied his long blue beard to a massive iron cable before removing the magical hat and revealing herself. "If you don't free every imprisoned princess," she warned, "I'll make your life miserable." The magician lunged toward her. Mina immediately wore the magical hat again and disappeared. As the magician stumbled and fell, his magical ring slipped from his finger. Mina quickly stole it. She soon discovered that the ring was the source of the spell that had transformed the kidnapped princesses into golden statues. One by one, she placed the ring on each golden statue. Instantly, every princess returned to life. Overjoyed, they thanked Mina. She hurried them toward the rope she had prepared and urged them to escape before the guards returned. Meanwhile, deep within the desert, the Chinese prince finally caught up with Ronin. "You should turn back," Ronin warned. "The journey ahead is extremely dangerous." The prince shook his head. "My mother ordered me to bring Princess Mina home. I cannot disobey her." Realizing he wouldn't leave, Ronin welcomed him as a companion. After crossing the endless desert together, they finally reached the ancient stone guardian. The path forward was blocked by the enormous stone head, which appeared to be asleep. Ronin tried waking it. The giant opened its eyes in anger and roared so loudly that the mountains shook. Looking around, Ronin noticed the skeletons of countless warriors scattered across the ground. Every one of them had reached this point but had failed to continue. Instead of giving up, Ronin carefully examined the area. He soon realized that a river had once flowed there but had been blocked by fallen mountains. "If we restore the river," he said, "perhaps we can free the guardian." Working together with the talking bears, Ronin built a giant slingshot. Using enormous boulders, they blasted a hole through the mountain. Moments later, water rushed through the opening, restoring the ancient river. As the flowing water reached the stone guardian, the giant slowly awakened. "Thank you," he said gratefully. "I have been trapped here for countless years by my own brother. Because of you, I am finally free." The guardian smiled. "You may ask for any reward." "I only wish to defeat the evil magician and rescue Princess Mina," Ronin answered. The guardian presented him with a magical sword. "This blade is the only weapon capable of defeating him. But remember, his true power lies within his long blue beard. Cut off his beard, and all of his magic will disappear." The guardian then carried Ronin and his companions across the river in a magical boat, bringing them close to the hidden castle. Meanwhile, Princess Mina continued searching for another escape route. During her search, she discovered Wizard Finn locked inside a prison. Finn smiled. "I have good news," he said. "Ronin is coming to rescue you." Instead of feeling relieved, Mina became worried. "Ronin doesn't even know how to fight. This place is far too dangerous." She turned around, and suddenly saw Ronin standing before her. Overjoyed, she ran forward and hugged him tightly. But something felt wrong. The smiling Ronin suddenly embraced her far too tightly. That exact moment, the real Ronin burst into the room. The Ronin holding Mina was actually the evil magician disguised by magic. Furious, Ronin charged toward him. Elsewhere in the castle, Ronin's companions battled the magician's monstrous army while Ronin fought the magician. Their battle raged across the castle before soaring high into the sky. Despite being vastly outmatched, Ronin refused to surrender. Eventually, the magician grew exhausted. Pretending to admit defeat, he landed on the ground and smiled. "I've lost," he announced. "Princess Mina belongs to Ronin." Everyone celebrated too soon. Watching the lovers' embrace filled the witch with rage. Unable to bear true love, she cast a powerful sleeping curse upon Princess Mina. The princess collapsed unconscious. That same moment, the magician secretly prepared to attack Ronin from behind. But Ronin remembered the guardian's warning. With one powerful strike of the magical sword, he sliced off the magician's long blue beard. Instantly, every bit of the magician's magic disappeared. His body transformed into a lifeless golden statue. Although the evil magician had been defeated, Princess Mina remained trapped under the witch's sleeping spell. Wizard Finn searched desperately for the witch, but she had already vanished. Everyone's hope began to fade. Then Finn noticed the magician's magical hat lying nearby. Picking it up, he smiled. "There is still hope," he said. "Take Princess Mina back to the kingdom. I'll find a way to break the curse." Ronin and his companions began their journey home. When night fell, they stopped to camp in the forest. Hidden in the darkness, the witch appeared in the form of a snake. She cast a spell on the Chinese prince, hoping to force him to murder Ronin. But the prince's strong will allowed him to resist her magic. Just then, Rudy suddenly emerged from the shadows. He had survived the fall from the mountain. Rudy attacked the camp, kidnapped the unconscious Princess Mina, and rode straight back to the kingdom. Upon arriving, he proudly announced, "I rescued Princess Mina. According to the king's promise, she must marry me." He lied that the princess remained unconscious only because of a magical curse and claimed the curse would disappear after their marriage. Believing his story, King Foran announced preparations for their wedding. Meanwhile, the witch laughed cruelly, convinced that love had once again been destroyed. But everything was not as it seemed. Wizard Finn removed the magical HIT. It turned out that Rudy had attacked Finn while he was disguised as Ronin. The real Ronin had been safely hidden away by Finn. Facing the witch, Finn said quietly, "If my death is the only way to end your hatred, then I am willing to sacrifice my life." The witch stared at him in silence. For the first time in years, her heart softened. She handed Finn the magical ring capable of breaking Princess Mina's sleeping curse. Back at the palace, the wedding ceremony was about to begin. Just then, the Chinese prince rushed into the throne room and revealed the entire truth. "It was Ronin who rescued Princess Mina," he declared. Rudy attacked him and stole the unconscious princess. The king stood in shock. Moments later, Ronin arrived with Wizard Finn. He told the king everything that had happened, from the hidden castle to the magician's defeat. Finally, Ronin placed the magical ring on Princess Mina's finger. The sleeping curse was instantly broken. Soon as Mina opened her eyes, she remembered everything without hesitation. She confronted Rudy and exposed all of his lies before the entire court. The king finally understood who the true hero was, proud of Ronin's courage, intelligence, and unwavering love. He joyfully married Princess Mina to him. The many princesses whom Mina had rescued from the magician's castle also attended the royal wedding. With the evil magician defeated, the witch redeemed, and peace restored to every kingdom, the celebrations continued long into the night. And so, Ronin and Princess Mina finally began their happily ever after.